Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the NXT Homecoming Post Show. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and I'm joined by Chinedu Ogu. And we're going to talk about a show that kept moving throughout the entire night. A lot that happened. I think a lot of people are feeling pretty good coming off of this show. But before we dive into it, Chinedu, how are you?
I'm doing great. Pretty good. Had some Wi-Fi issues. Had a kid get his food all over me. I think I got the stain. You can kind of see the stain right
Oh,
there.
yeah, I
This
can
is
see it.
fatherhood. You can see it though, but we're gonna rock with it tonight, though, guys. And so people like use a stain. I'm calling it out right from the beginning, guys. It's a stain. This is, I believe, this is sweet potato and what else? What do we have for dinner? And a corn stain. It's right there. But we did. It was worse like 10 minutes ago though, so we got it out. We're gonna rock with it though. But regardless of that, my Texans losing 2 games made me feel bad. This food on my shirt made me feel bad, but luckily, this great episode of NXT Homecoming made me feel good. This is the best episode I think I've seen probably all year. This might be one of their best ones, top 3 for sure. I loved it from start to finish. This is a great episode. This is awesome.
I think this may have been my favorite NXT episode of the year too. I'm trying to think if there was another episode that I really loved. I'm sorry to the other episodes that I said I really enjoyed this year. I'm sorry that I don't remember you. But that's really bad. But at least I know that I enjoyed this show. And I think what really made this show enjoyable was all of the different cameos that we were getting from main roster talent, interactions that we weren't really expecting. And it felt like at every corner, there was something new, like those pop-up books. That's what this episode of NXT felt
Yes.
like a pop-up book. Like I was finding Waldo everywhere.
I was see. This is all around great episode, man. Cameos. I mean, just it was loaded with everything. And then what I love the most was that everyone came back, got their old themes. Oh
Oh
my
yes.
gosh.
Oh my god, Chin, how good did
Oh
it feel to get to do Finn Balor's entrance?
yeah. When he did, he even said in the camera that felt good. That felt good. We know, Finn. We know. It was so awesome.
It
Mm.
definitely was, man. I
Mm.
was saying in my watch along that that was my favorite thing that happened on today's show. Believe it or not, it was Finn Balor's entrance because it felt like a release. I got like a shot. I got a hit a dopamine during that chin. Like legit, I was feeling good after that. I'm gonna have to go and download the song on my Spotify. So when I'm working out on the treadmill, I'm doing the thing with Finn Balor because I honestly forgot how much I missed that.
Me too. And then when the music hit, it took me a second to realize. First of all, like it was Finn. I saw the logo. Oh, Finn Balor. And then it took me to realize. Oh wait, that's his old theme. Oh wait, he's gonna do it. Oh wait, I did it too. I said
I
yes.
had the same reaction because when Lexus King was out there, he was talking mad shit about how this is the best NXT and the NXT Black and Gold brand is overrated. He was saying all of those things, right? But when the lights went down, if you recalled last week, Miles Bourne had turned down the lights on Lexus King. So when the lights turned down again, I thought it was going to be Miles Bourne. And then I heard a reaction and I'm like, really? Miles Bourne is getting that kind of a reaction? And then once I realized, oh shit, it's Finn Balor, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, Miles Bourne. Like I was wondering why Miles Bourne got a reaction like that. But it ended up being Finn. And I kind of felt the same way you did, where he went out there and he cleaned house, but it wasn't anything too crazy. It was so simple, but it was very needed, I think, for us to kind of remember that, hey, this is the Finn Balor that we like, because we've been getting so used to the Finn Balor that we've been seeing on Monday Night Raw.
I know we've been getting like dickhead Judgment Day Finn Balor for a long time. I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm not mad. I'm calm. That kind of guy though. But it feels he the way I'm just around the way he says calm. It makes me laugh. If you ever just see him say it again, it's just the way I'm calm. I'm calm. The way he says it, it makes me laugh every time. Go back and look, y'all. Random note, whatever. But it felt good to see this Finn because this is the Finn Balor that we know as world champion, fearless Finn Balor, Prince Devitt. Like coming out here wrecking shop on boys, man. He gave everybody the too sweet. Oh my God, please, y'all, bring it back. I know he's Judgment Day, I know, but bring it back, please.
Please, exactly.
Please.
I'm with you on that, honestly. All right, let's
Mm.
go ahead and get into these super chats, see what everybody is saying. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, "Are we getting Shawn Michaels team versus Triple H team at War Games for NXT?" All right, so there's a lot of discussion here regarding War Games. All right, let me paint this down because we got two theories for War Games right now. Which one we're going to go with, I do not know. So we kicked off the show with Triple H and then Shawn Michaels, and they were, telling each other how great they are. It was awesome. Okay, cool. And then we had William Regal come out, and William Regal, he just goes out there and he's like, War Games. And I'm like, okay, are you saying War Games just because like that's the thing that you do? Or are you saying War Games for like another reason? I know we're getting close to that War Game season, so I really wasn't sure exactly what was happening there. I was also a little confused, Chinedu, because Triple H had told Shawn Michaels, oh, I'm ready to be back. That never really got explained. What did he mean by that?
I felt like when I heard him say that, I really took that as okay, I'm ready to come back and be, Uncle Paul here. I'm ready to take over creative again. Hey, now I got called up to the main roster, when all this stuff happened. I put you here as a placeholder to kind of run things while I'm gone, but now I'm back. WWE and all that's making record profits. They're good, they're set, but I'm back now. So you can I took it as you can move aside now, Sean. Well, let me call you Michael Higginbottom here. Let me go ahead and address you in your full government here, Mr. Higginbottom. You relieve. And then with the stare off, whatever, it was good. It didn't I didn't take it as serious at first because the crowd was joking or whatever, and they had their own laughs in there though. So it kind of pulled me out of the seriousness that Paul was giving to it though, but it pulled me back in the end. Um I'm hoping it leads to something War Games though. I hope they did not pay William Regal to fly out here to Full Sail just to say War Games. I hope it really meant something. That'd be some shit. That'd be some shit they did that. Like, what?
It was funny. I looked at that and I'm like, okay, sure. He just said War Games, but like, where are we going with this? So it got some people thinking that, hey, we might see this like old version of NXT versus the new version of NXT, which would be Shawn's NXT versus Triple H's NXT. That's a theory that's sort of been thrown out there. However, another theory that I'm seeing fans say is, what about TNA versus NXT in a War Games? Because here's the thing, and this is a big topic that we got to get into, is that next week we are going to be seeing Oba Femi versus Trick Williams, title versus title, NXT champion versus TNA champion. Now, additionally, throughout the show, I didn't see this, but everybody in the chat was telling me, and they made some mentions of it on NXT, was that TNA talent was tweeting about all of the stuff that was going down on NXT, basically saying they're coming, blah, blah, blah. So now everybody is sort of expecting an invasion angle to take place. People have been wondering if that was going to happen for a while. And with the way that the show closed with Oba and with Trick and William and Ava, they're kind of stressed out, seeing what's going to unfold. I don't know if that's another possibility. One, getting this possible invasion is one of the scenarios we might see play out. Or two, do we get like TNA versus NXT in a War Games? I don't know, Chinedu. What are you thinking? And which one do you think is more likely to happen?
I think it's really interesting that TNA talent were tweeting this. I had no idea they were doing that throughout the show, whatever. I hate I missed that part. To be honest, as much as I love TNA, especially TNA 2005 Adrenaline Rush era, that's my favorite TNA. Um, I'm hoping it's more so. I'm sorry, TNA guys. I'm hoping it's more so Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Like they picked their their like kind of top ones from their era. Like I feel like even if they just did like all women, like Triple H picked like his top women and they picked their top women, that would be great too. Or if they went with the guys, Triple H brings in Finn Balor. If I doubt KO is ready to come back, but if he was ready, bring KO back for the match. Things like that would be really exciting. TNA, I think just because I don't know that many of their talent right now. Like I know some of the guys, I'm not excited about it because I feel like we've already seen it throughout the year. Though I've seen Moose, we've seen Santana, we've seen Joe Hendry, we've seen all their best guys already on TV. So like it wouldn't it doesn't have as much like shock value or like drawing value to me as opposed to like Triple H's guys versus Shawn's guys. Let me see what that is. I like that a little bit better, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of good with either option. Hearing you say that, though, Chin, you do bring up a good point because I do think that we have seen a lot of these guys from TNA already make some appearances on NXT. But in this dynamic, it would be cool. And I feel like it would mean something because you've had an NXT guy with their championship belt now for several months. So in a way, it's been a slap in the face. And some people were predicting that that match might end in a DQ via a la the invasion that might occur during that main event. Like, even though it's not for sure yet, that's where I think they're going. And that's sort of my expectation. Like, I'm not expecting Oba or Trick to walk away with both titles. I'm expecting it to end with shenanigans, with the DQ. I'm expecting that to go down. And even though it may not happen, I'm already anticipating it and going into Tuesday's episode expecting some sort of an invasion angle with TNA.
That's not far fetched at all. When they made this match, especially they made it so suddenly, I didn't see them walking out as someone with both belts either. And I hope that is the most logical thing, though. I mean, that could be very interesting. They all come in like we've seen Moose, we've seen Santana, we've seen Hendry. I mean, if they all crash the party and just beat everybody up, I mean, that would be interesting. That would be a sight to see.
I'm excited for the matchup. When they made it on the Grayson Waller effect today, I didn't know what direction they were going to go, because we've been waiting for this match to do. How many times haven't I said, when are we going to see Oba and Trick? They keep cock blocking this story. We keep wanting to see this match in a singles match, and they keep making it into a triple threat, to the point where I was actually expecting this to be a triple threat for a second. I thought they were going to include
Me too.
Ricky in this as well, and then they didn't. And I thought, wait, we're actually getting the match? Wait, it's happening on NXT? What? Like, I was just getting so much information. So I don't feel like they would blow this big kind of a matchup over on NXT for next week, unless something massive was going to happen.
That's very true. A TNA invasion angle, I mean, honestly, not in hindsight, it could be good. I mean, I still would love the other one, but yeah, not as you explain it out and I look at it in the detail and what it could be, that could be really good. The Grayson Waller effect was a great setup for it. I want to point out too, Oba Femi. I understand Ricky Saints is going at Mike. Oba served that boy up, man. You can't tell me no matter what Ricky said to get the crowd hype, he stood up and said, I've been out here for 10 years working the ring. Sir, that man said you can't wait to get called up to carry Cody's bags. What is your rebuttal? You completely just went around that, and that's what everybody has been saying anyway. That like you're more so getting ready to get called up. You're not really invested in here, and like you let Oba talk to you like that, Ricky. You gonna let him talk to you like that? I don't care what he said in reply. Ricky got served up in this segment. Oba killed him on that mic.
Chin, I gotta tell you, you know me, I'm the biggest Ricky fan, and I've been hyping up Ricky and his promos and everything. When Oba hit him with that line about Cody Rhodes and carrying his bags, I was floored, because I didn't expect Oba to call that out. Okay. Secondly, once Ricky got the mic, I was thinking, all right, Ricky, like, let him have it, right? Like, you got to go into town, man, after what he just said. It's fair game, right? Like, you can shoot your shot, you can say anything you want, it's fair game. And I thought his promo was, fiery and passionate, but it didn't have that, oh, snap moments the way Oba's did. I cannot believe that I'm going to say this right now, but Oba's promo hit harder than Ricky's. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there, I was waiting for Ricky to like get him back, to fire a shot on him. And I just didn't feel like the shots that he like tried to throw. He didn't really try to throw too many. It was more so about saying like, you were an athlete, you were handed down this shit. Meanwhile, I worked my way into this. Like I tried out to be a WWE wrestler, and they gave me an automated rejection. Yo, I felt that. Like, seeing Ricky say that, I felt that. Like, his promo, I felt everything he was saying, and I felt his passion, but it didn't have that, ooh, crap, burn moment, he's dead already reaction the way that Oba Femi's did. So I'm kind of with you, man. I thought Oba Femi won that one.
He definitely did. Ricky Saints, he gave us he should have given us a CM Punk type promo, but instead he gave us like a Sami Zayn type promo. Like kind of like my heart, you know what I'm
You
saying?
didn't
My
want to
heart.
hear about his heart.
No, and their heart. No. If anything, at bare minimum, I thought Ricky Saints was gonna call out Oba's accent because that's not really his voice. That's he does it.
Wait,
I
is
would have
that
thought that
really not his voice?
there's footage of Oba Femi when he first got there talking in a full American accent. There's footage,
Because
and
I've
like I know
spoken to Oba before he was signed, and I don't remember exactly what he sounded like. But you're right. I don't remember him having that voice when I first talked to him.
Yeah, now he broke character on TV before too. When he kind of thing, he pretend like there's all champions that come on and say, I didn't think I couldn't do it. He did that joke on TV, but there is footage of him when he first started talking on camera. You can look it up too. He has a full American accent. I thought Ricky would have brought that up at bare minimum. He gave nothing. I was like, you really are looking past us, aren't you? You really are looking past us, ready to Raw and SmackDown. You're getting ready to carry Cody's back, uh, Ricky. Oba said that to you. We
Look,
all
if you're
are
gonna
watching.
carry anyone's bags, though, Chin, might as well be Cody, right?
He just said it. It was so harsh. He was like, ah. I was like, Oba, stop, stop. He's dead, man.
He's dead already.
Yeah, that promo let me know Ricky ain't winning this title, man. He ain't winning shit. He ain't getting this title, man.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
really thought it was gonna happen. I really, really did think so, but I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't. A lot of the people that I thought were gonna have buzzier, more hype moments on NXT. I'm a little surprised that it hasn't happened. I expected more from Lexus King. I expected more from Ethan Page. I definitely expected so much more to happen for Ricky. And even with Blake Monroe, like I don't know. I think it's I don't know if they maybe have a little bit trouble following the buzz that they come in with because all of those people came in with buzz. I feel like they might have a little trouble like keeping that sustained each and every single week.
I can agree because I remember when Ricky Saints first came in. I remember the buzz was so high for him. I mean, even their viewership like I think they almost hit 1 million just because of him, and it went right back down after a while though. And I feel just again too like booking wise, they could booking wise, I feel like it could be, better to kind of capitalize on the momentum they have brought in though. But I can understand how they want to tell stories though. But man, you hate to see the kind of buzz they have come in die down the way that it does though, because Ricky had a lot of buzz, and it honestly is not the same as it was before early this year.
All right, we got Luis Arturo Mendez here who says NXT at Full Sail had a nostalgic feel to it. If they are doing an invasion angle with TNA, they should bring back the NXT Takeover PLE for a future event. Yeah, I do kind of miss those like takeovers. Yeah, I'm with you, Luis. Thank you so much for sending this in. We got Infamous Raider Loco, by the way, who says no disrespect for Blue Chew, but fellas and gals, get the tank. Use promo code Raider Loco and be prepared for Stephanie and Rhea's Devil's Kiss. Stephanie Champ. So Chinedu, our new thing here on the show, by the way, is get the tank or get the oxygen tank, whichever way you want to say it, because that's the new thing. It's been coined after Frank, because every time the hot girls go on TV, he needs the tank, and also it's been Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer approved, so we are running with it. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you for letting me be a part of that, though. It is now absorbed into my vocabulary. Now get the tank, and I know what that means, man. Appreciate that. Yes, sir.
We got Jacob Tatum. Jacob, thank you so much for this generous super chat. Hopefully you're doing good this Tuesday. He says, do you like the Trick Williams versus Oba Femi title versus title, or prefer keeping the titles separate from each other? Plus, what are your favorite places to perform your comedy, Chinedu? Also, best worst segment of tonight's NXT. Worst segment. I'm trying to think which one I thought. Let me think a second about what I thought was the worst. Best for me was probably, like I said, it was weird because it wasn't a best segment, which was having Finn out there because the Lexus King stuff just didn't, it was like whatever. So it was more so just the song and the dance, or not the dance, the pose that we were waiting for. Best segment was probably, I'm trying to think what I really liked the most. Probably seeing the women's match at the end, like that was cool. Bobby Roode and Joe Hendry was okay, but I wouldn't say it was like the worst by any means. Dark State and Montez Ford had a little moment backstage too. It was like whatever's. And then in terms of Trick Williams and Oba Femi, I like them doing title versus title. I like stuff like that, especially the way that they closed out the show. It made me feel like something big was going to happen the following week. Chin, what do you
Great.
think? And also
Uh,
your question too.
um, I would say firstly, my favorite place to perform comedy, favorite places for sure, Houston, Texas. It's my hometown. It's what I love the most. Love performing in San Antonio, Texas. Atlanta, Georgia, and out in the West Coast. I love LA, love Rancho Cucamonga. They're so dope out there. Great energy, great vibes out there. And where else? And love New York. New York people came out to like they laughed like we was out there rocking. It was cold outside too though, so they really gave us great energy though. So those are definitely my favorite places. Best segment of the night I felt was definitely the Grayson Waller effect. Never thought I'd say that ever in my life. Uh,
That is true. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Grayson Waller effect was awesome tonight. Who? What? Okay, Power of NXT. Great segment. My least favorite segment, I'd probably have to say, I mean, everything was so.
I couldn't think of one that was like bad by any means.
Yeah, I think I know you said the one with what with Robert Roode in it, just because it didn't really serve a storyline purpose per se. It kind of did, but it didn't. But even then, I love seeing the glory. I love seeing the
Me
glorious one.
too.
I love it. So it was. I enjoyed it. I love Joe Hendry. So I really couldn't say. I'll say this though. I didn't like that Jada Parker wasn't on the card tonight. If she was on the show, I guess I missed it. But
No,
she
she
wasn't on the
wasn't. I
show
didn't see
tonight,
her.
and neither was Kalani, huh? I didn't like. I think that was probably.
No, Kalani wasn't on either. No, they haven't been on like the last like 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, I probably would say that would probably be my worst thing, just because I enjoy seeing them on my TV screen every scene. I love Kalani, love me some Jada Parker. That's the that is like to me a star. No lust thing like that. I think she's just so dope. Like she gives me like Stone Cold and ECW energy. So that's why I like her a whole lot though. So that'd be it for me.
Any show that doesn't have Jada on, Chinedu is not going to be pro for it.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. And Denise, just real quick before we continue, everyone watching right now, just if you do me a favor, please hit that like button. I meant to say that thumbs up button before at the beginning. I want that just the algorithms are crazy on here. You want to help Denise, you want to help the channel, you want to help people be help the video get seen by a lot of people and things like that. Right now, as I'm talking, hit the thumbs up button right now as you're watching. Go ahead, do it now. Get out of the way, and it helps the channel a whole lot. So as I'm talking right now, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for us right now. Just boom, right now. That's all. Just want to put that in.
Thank you so much to Chin and also to Jacob for the generous super chat. We got John Stamey here, DWO member for 9 months, who says that double Devil's Kiss was glorious. Yo, we got to hear, not only did we get to see a double Devil's Kiss with Rhea and Stephanie, but also Booker T was able to add his commentary to all of it, which was pretty great. It was just it felt like a really big, cool moment to get to see that.
It really was like that to me. That moment solidified the fact that Booker T is a national treasure in the WWE universe. Like no matter this dude can get almost anything over on commentary. Some folks think it sounds crazy, but it works. When they pointed at Booker, it was the crowd did it too. Oh yeah, like he did. It was just amazing and like first of all, what made me really laugh too is that when Lyra got in the ring, because Lyra did replace Tiffany in the match. And I do hope
Yeah.
Tiffany's okay, by the way, though. I know she replaced her last minute. When Lyra got in, I was like, "Is Lyra gonna do it too?"
I thought she was too. Yeah.
I was like, and then Lyra said, "No, I don't do that kind of shit. Okay, y'all go ahead. I don't do cake play like that. You ain't seen these cakes like that." She went out there and did a full on dive. I said, "Nope."
She was like, "Nope, no cakes." Cover it up. My mama said no. My mama's gonna get me with a chancla if I go out there and show some cake.
And for real too, that chancla and fly through the TV. Her, Lyra, Rhea, and Stephanie, everybody get it, man.
No, I thought she was too. Honestly, I even got excited. I'm like, wow, triple Devil's Kiss. And then she did it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine with me, whatever. But I think it was more so. I'm pretty sure if Tiffany Stratton was there, we probably would have gotten the triple dose there of the Devil's Kiss.
Absolutely, and not taking nothing away from Lyra at all, though. But that moment made me laugh so much because it looked like she thought about it. I ain't noticed.
And then Lola Vice, by the way, when she went out there and she took out JC Jane with that back fist that led to her getting the riptide by Rhea and Rhea's team getting the win. I mean, I was like dying getting to see like Lola in there with all of those girls. That was cool. I mean, I'm rooting for Lola. It's on the 27th that she's going to challenge the NXT Women's Championship against JC Jane for No Mercy, she's winning. She's got to win. If she doesn't win, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the f? I think she has to win that.
She absolutely has to. Like with all the hype and everything they've done, like there's no way not to put her over and have her be champion. Also, no offense to JC Jane. Again, she come on, yeah. Let's come on. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah,
Respectfully.
we're good. We're good. We're good. We
Yeah.
can move on. We can move on.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
Bob Ross Jr. who says, honestly, I'm not scared of TNA. Like the fuck they gonna do? Invade us? LOL, NXT can lil bro them again like we did at Slammiversary. Hashtag Team NXT. Look, regardless of how, whether or not you're afraid of a TNA invasion, whatever, right? It will get people talking because invasions usually do. And no matter what, I think it will give NXT a little bit of a boost in ratings where people are gonna want to talk about it. Because even now, look at us, we're talking about it. Everyone's like, hey, invasion, we're gonna see an invasion. So people care about that kind of stuff, especially in wrestling. Invasions, they go far back. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
We
Thank you,
got
Bob. That
Anthony
was funny though.
We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, when is Bianca coming back? I didn't know a broken finger takes this long, putting her in front of the front row seat for NXT. Yeah, I don't know exactly when she's getting back in action. I don't really have an answer for you. But yeah, she was in the front row. I actually thought we were going to see what's funny, because when they announced all these people were going to be on NXT, I think you probably thought they were going to be in action or have a promo or some sort of like interaction. And some people did, but Bianca didn't. She was just in the front row seat. So I do think some people were probably expecting just a little bit more there.
I was too. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't give her full entrance though, because Bianca Belair was a big part of the black and gold era, and her entrance is so like, larger than life. That would have popped the crowd for real. But I have a theory on this. I could be wrong on it. It's my theory. I know she's healing from her finger, but my theory is that I feel that there might be concern about bringing her back when they're on that European tour. And this is what I didn't like about the European crowd, by the way. I
Oh, because
love
they were
their
booing
energy.
her.
They were booing her all throughout. They made her a heel overseas. So I'm wondering if they're like cautious about bringing her back to make sure she doesn't get booed, because she's a top baby face for them. Like she sells merch. They need her character to be babyface, especially if they do decide to go move forward with the Jay storyline and with Naomi coming back possibly 26, 27. It's important for that trajectory for her character to remain a babyface. Like her going heel would derail what they've already built in my mind. So that's kind of a theory I've had, because the European crowd were, to me, they were real dicks about Bianca Belair and I don't understand.
It was
And
like
for
she
no
did
reason.
something to them.
And she did nothing at all. Like her entire character, her whole arc in it, she was right, y'all. Like Drew McIntyre, she won Elimination Chamber, y'all. It's her one-on-one. Rhea needs to go sit down, all right? And that's really what it was. And it's just, that's my theory.
It's not a bad theory. They might be sort of testing the waters there. I'm kind of with you. I'm
Yeah.
thinking either that or they just don't really got anything for her yet, unless she's still healing. So we'll see. Thank you, Anthony. We got GZACG here who says, loved the show. Excited for Ren QC. Was nostalgic for Booker's Devil's Kiss call. Oh, yeah. NXT versus TNA, title for title. Should be be a PLE match. Might get a weird finish. BTW, go Buccaneers. Thank you, GZ, for getting all of this in here. So, by the way, Charlie Dempsey is looking like he's heading off back to Japan. He's been there before. Looks like he's going back. And he kind of told Ren to, don't go doing silly, crazy things while he's gone. I think Ren is about to maybe go off and do God knows what. I'm not really sure what's happening there with Ren, but she looked very, very, there's been multiple, segments with her and Joe Hendry. I think this is now the second Joe Hendry segment that he's had with them. I'm not exactly sure what her plan is, but it looked like she had something up her sleeve.
I'm excited to see it. Real quick, Jeezy, I was with you on board to that last line, and you know what I'm talking about, man. That's all right, man. Shout out to the little Bucks, man. It made me sick that the Texans got ESPN talking about Baker Mayfield like he Tom Brady. I wanted to throw up when I heard that. By the way, I just wanted to point that out. It's Baker Mayfield, okay? Yeah, I said it's Baker Mayfield, okay? Yeah, he's Baker Mayfield, okay? That's who's out here running my boys down there. I wanted to throw up on Monday night. That has nothing to do with wrestling. I'm sorry. I'm very excited about Ren going solo. I think Dempsey going to Japan is really good for his character, because I feel that kind of fits him. Go off. I want Ren to cook, because I feel like they let Lash cook. Look what happened. You know what I mean? Good stuff. And I feel like she has so much in her, great matches that we just have not seen. I'm looking forward to her moving out of the no quarter catch through. I want to see her, just like with Thea Hale. Where the hell is she, by the way? I just kind of want to see that going on, you know?
I'm with you. I was kind of thinking that at some point it was sort of holding her back because she just became a cheerleader for Charlie Dempsey and the no quarter catch crew. And I'm like, I don't even care about the no quarter catch crew. I don't
Nobody.
even think there's still a no quarter catch crew. There's like nobody there that's left.
Yeah, everybody beat Dempsey to leave.
Because
Everybody beat him, right?
Tavion left, right? 'Cause Tavion was in the group, right? It was him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's out. Miles Bourne's off doing his own thing now. And so it was just
Mhm.
Charlie and Ren. And now Charlie's going to Japan. So now it's just Ren.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, might as well let her cook. Let her cook.
Yeah, let her do her own thing. Let's see who she packs up. She has got like a quirky personality. So I want to see them continue that, but also show a little bit of her serious in-ring skills. I know she's got them. Thank you, GZ. We got JJ Castillo here who says NXT Homecoming was great. The intro, former NXT superstars appearing and being at Full Sail felt like the old days of Black and Gold. I love the stage. I love the way everything looked. I feel like I had forgotten what Full Sail kind of felt and looked like, mainly because I've been so used to the PC and I haven't gone back and watched any old NXTs in God forever. So I feel like for me, this was really just a reminder. And that throwback video that they showed in the beginning, there were so many people, Chin, that when I was seeing them, I'm like, oh, damn, I almost didn't recognize this person. Like everybody, I was like, oh, yeah, that's this person. Oh, yeah, that's that person. Oh, shit, that's what they looked like a couple years ago. So I felt kind of bad because I'm like, whoa, I wouldn't think that I would forget what so many of these people used to look like.
I know. I wholeheartedly agree. I thrown off real quick. My dog Leo just came in my shot real quick. I don't know if y'all can see him, but he's right here, just rubbing my
No,
leg.
we
Sorry about
can't
that.
see Leo.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. He's here. You want? But here, I'll bring him up. But yeah, I was very excited too. The entire set was really good. Whatever. This is Leo, guys. I don't know if y'all can see him.
Let me get a full shot. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get a wait. Where'd you go? Hold on.
There he
There
is.
you go. There you go. Full shot of Leo.
There's Leo, guys. Half lab, half Corky, guys. Don't ask me how it happened, but that's him. He's hopped in the shot. There we go, Leo. You've been seen. There you go.
He's so cute. He's so chill. He took the
Oh yeah.
spotlight very, very well.
Yeah. He's a much cuter dog than that Larry guy that Phil and
Aw, we're not
what's
gonna
Scott
be
keeps talking
throwing
about.
shots at
I
Larry.
don't much a much cuter dog, but I'm just kidding. So I don't.
Damn, Chinedu, why are you having Larry catch strays? No,
I'm kidding. I don't. I'm
no.
kidding. I do not want Phil and April to pull up on me, man, because I saw Raw. April. I forgot April is a Puerto Rican from New Jersey. I
She's
do
gonna
not want to get
shank you,
shanked.
Chin. She's gonna
Yeah.
shank you.
When she said that, I was like, I don't think in my mind, like, I think it to me, like, that was the first time I ever heard her like acknowledge her being Puerto Rican. I was like, oh,
I don't know if I recall her. I mean, it's been such a long time. Who knows?
yeah. And I know if I know about Puerto Ricans, when Puerto Ricans say when they first of all when they acknowledge the fact they're Puerto Rican, all right, they're really mad. Okay, when it don't look, they say I'm Puerto Rican. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Listen, y'all. If you've never been around Puerto Ricans, if they say I'm Puerto Rican, back away. They're mad.
That's your warning sign. Back
Yes.
away.
I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx. I'm Puerto Rican from the yeah. You sure correct. I apologize. So we going out of here. Yeah,
I like how Becky was so scared. She was like, I'm not gonna mess with her. No. She's just like, I'm just an Irish girl. I don't know. Is she gonna shank her too? I'm not really sure. So funny. Oh my god. I don't know how much shanking they're doing in Ireland. Maybe someone here, if anybody here is Irish, let us know how much shanking is going on over there.
I was gonna do an Irish accent. I ain't gonna do it, man. We're gonna get flagged. I ain't gonna do it.
No, I can't do an Irish accent, even if I tried. My accents are so bad, like they just don't come out the way I thought that they would come out. Anyways, thank you so much, JJ. We got Bob Ross Jr. who says Io, Becky, and the Kabuki Warriors basically said that they are too cool to go to an NXT Homecoming. You know what? I respect it. I know some people were definitely sad they wanted to see Asuka out there. I know we had several people bring up the fact that Asuka wasn't on the show, but I feel like they did as best as they could to try to get as many faces as you possibly could on the show. I can't imagine them trying to fit even more than they already did.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bob Ross. We got Elvin White Jr. here who says, which they had Jada and Bianca interact tonight. Ooh, that would have been cool. I would have preferred that over the Damian Priest, Tavion Heights moment because I'm like, I don't even know that much about Tavion.
Listen,
Was it Tavion or
yeah,
was
it's
it somebody
Tavion.
else? It was
No,
Tavion.
no,
See, I barely know what he looks like.
no, it was Tavion. I'm gonna say this soon that promo. Now, I'm a big Damian Priest fan. I
Me
am.
too.
When he said in that promo, he said, "Listen, I know what it's like to still kind of feel like you're not quite at that top level yet. I was there at one point, and I was like, at one point, you know,
He was world heavyweight champion.
he sure was." I'm playing, Damien.
Damn,
I'm playing.
Chinedu, you're
I'm,
savage. First Larry, now Damian Priest.
listen, Damien. I'm just playing.
Damn,
I'm
bro.
I'm a big fan. I'm only telling jokes, man. I'm a big fan of Damien. I did like the segment. I will save this for him. Damien made me interested in the fact that they're having a match. The feud they had, the flag match, the America versus Canada thing. I didn't like any of it. I didn't want it on my screen. Damien inserting himself in this part, I did think was helpful to the storyline. And I really do wish they had Jada and Bianca interact though, because I just didn't understand like Bianca's in the crowd, and I felt like they barely reacted to Bianca. Like I felt like she had to take off her glasses for folks to
It's
realize it was
hard
her.
when they're in the crowd to react to them because people need the music. Because even if you notice when Oba and Ricky were in the ring, they got like a weak ass reaction, both of them, because they didn't have no music. It was just like,
Yeah,
oh, here's Oba. Oh, here's Trick. Clap,
yeah,
clap, clap.
and I be like, come on, y'all. Bianca Belair is a role star. Like I know, like it's a. You're right. You're right, Alvin. I agree.
All right, we got RV14 here who says the show literally showcased how trash Death Rebel themes are compared to CFO. Lol. I loved the show, the nostalgia, them using their old themes. Dude, that was one of the big topics of the day. During my watch along, I had said, you know what's embarrassing for me, Chin? That I watch Raw, I watch NXT, I watch SmackDown, I watch all the PLEs, I watch everything. And yet, I still don't know half of the people's songs because they don't stand out to me. And I
Yeah.
watch the shows, I listen to the songs, and so many of them, I have to wait until I either see the person or see their Tron to even know who it is. That's not good.
Yeah, I agree. I can't at this point. I can't tell Finn Balor's theme from Judgment Days, from Street Profits, to any of these people. They're all terrible. I'm just like, what is this? Y'all like it can't be saving y'all this much money, y'all. Come on,
They have the money. Chin, they have the money. The money is there. They can
record.
have people.
They
They
got
can
that
get
bread too,
like
y'all.
cheap artists that are like striving to make it, like, indie artists that are like trying to make a living. Bro, I'm pretty sure you can hire some of them and give them a nice little paycheck and they'd come up with some better music.
Yeah, they can because this Death Rebel stuff is just a pain. It really is like, are y'all afraid of getting sued for copyrights this bad? Like y'all gotta get these people because to me, music adds to like the entire presentation or of pro wrestling. You have the entrance, you get into it. Like the entrance Finn Balor had, I feel like what makes it feel weird now is that he don't have that when he comes out. He has like this kind of weird hip hopish kind of theme, and Finn Balor's an Irish white man. Okay, that beat does not even fit. He doesn't fit him at all. At all. Who did this?
You know
This
what's
is
sad? If you were to tell me right now, Denise, hum the Judgment Day song, I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't even remember the Judgment Day song.
none at all. I know that I recognize it by the colors. When I see the purple and things like that, that's how I know it's them. That's it.
That's so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so bad. RV14, thank you so much, bro. We got infamous Ringer Loco here who says Lil Man and me thought Paige, first ever NXT champion, would show up, but I said if they do that, it's got to be like AJ Lee coming back, both on different levels. They could have easily done Paige if they wanted to. Honestly, I don't see why not, but then again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so who knows? Maybe I know a lot of people have been wondering if she was going to come back ever since they saw AJ Lee come back, but it's one of those things where they have had Paige before. They didn't really know like where to put her, what the spot would be for her. She's sort of just been like doing her own thing. Ever since she left AEW, there hasn't really been anything happening. So we'll see if she ever does come back. Thank you, Frank, and I'm sorry you didn't get her. We got MK Marco here who says, what was said that triggered TNA wrestlers? I think it's more so just the fact that Trick Williams still has the championship. I literally think that was it, because when everybody was telling me in the chat, oh yeah, TNA wrestlers are tweeting, I was like, oh, I didn't even know. Okay, cool. Like there wasn't a specific thing that I recall like specifically triggering them. I think it's just the fact that Trick is not a TNA wrestler and he holds their championship, and he also said that he's not going to be appearing on Impact until he has to wrestle Mike Santana over at Bound for Glory. And then Mike Santana basically said he was going to come out and look for Trick Williams himself. So they're telling one whole story on TNA and one whole story over on NXT, and they're two totally different things.
I still keep forgetting where I can watch TNA, so I don't even.
You're not missing much, Chinedu. I covered the honestly. I have to be honest. Like I struggle with the show right now. The last month, ever since like post Slammiversary, everything post Slammiversary has been one of the hardest shows that I have to go through, like watch. I like some of the wrestling that we get is cool, but a lot of the angles and storylines just aren't working for me. And so I have been struggling with the show. I think they need to work on so many of the stories. They need to do far less segments. They need to do more wrestling on that show. I do struggle with TNA. So I'm going to be honest with you, Chin. You're not missing that much.
Yeah, because whenever I peek in, the last I saw, I think the Nemeth brothers return and attack the Hardys. That's last hour kind of was tuned in though, so I don't even know what's going on now. It's just yeah.
Thank you so much, MK Marco. Alrighty, so let me just kind of run through some of the other additional highlights. We kind of talked a little bit about everything, but I did enjoy seeing Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeat Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley. I thought it was funny that it was like Charlotte and Tatum, who are two tall blonde girls, versus the creepy girls with the dolls, Alexa and Tatum. I love seeing Alexa and Tatum in the ring together. I want more of that. Anything stood out to you in this matchup?
I love the fact seeing that this made me feel like I want to see Alexa and Charlotte on NXT more interacting with the women on this roster as well, because it was exciting to see the tag team division on NXT have something to go for, because you see them together and it feels almost pointless though, because like the champions aren't hardly on the show. You guys aren't going to appear on Raw and SmackDown, so it's kind of like they're spinning their wheels in tag matches. But this tonight felt like it had a purpose, a reason. It was just good seeing it, man. It was very, very good. I love seeing Charlotte in NXT. It's great to see Charlotte as a babyface. Never thought I'd ever say that out loud. That's so. It looks like she's enjoying it too. Like,
Oh,
what?
she is. You can tell. I really think she needed this, honestly. I just think with everything that she was going through in the last year, that right now she's just having fun. That's what it looks like. She's just having fun and living her best life. Did you see, by the way, that picture of Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill hanging out?
Uh-uh.
Okay,
I
well, I recently saw it. I forgot where I saw it. I saw it somewhere. And I just thought to myself, okay, that is pretty badass, because they both seem like the bougie type, like the ones that are like loaded and spending lots of money. Like you can tell their tab is like hundreds of dollars, whatever. Like I don't have the kind of money to hang out with Charlotte and Jade Cargill. So I'm living vicariously through these badass bougie girls. Anyways, I love that picture. It's somewhere out there. You guys can probably find it. I think I saw it on WWE.com, because you know how they do the roundup of like the best 25 Instagram photos of the week. I don't know how I know this. I just know this. And it's out there.
I need to go look that up. And I really hate that they didn't book Charlotte to be a babyface from when she came back. Like showing, they could have really given her the Triple H 2000 True YouTube Beautiful Day treatment. Like show her training, show her working hard. Have like, you remember, it's a beautiful day.
Oh, I remember.
Like let her call herself Ashley Flair a few times. Like I know you guys love Charlotte though, but Ashley Flair has been out here going through hell the past year, and this is like, you don't have to talk about the divorce at all, but just her just literally rehabbing a horrific injury, which is probably the worst one you can have as an athlete. ACL, MCL. She missed over a year, so I don't understand why they had her be on a boat. Like what the WWE.
Although I did love the like, I know a lot of people didn't like the Top Girl stuff. I did because I'm into that shit. Like, I love bougie bitches. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I would kill to be best friends with Regina George. All right, like I love those girls. So, like, I'm kind of opposite on that. But I know why a lot of people, just weren't feeling it with Charlotte. But I'm telling you, that Alexa stuff, it's working. But all right, we got Jacob Tatum here who says Sami Zayn was talking to Javon Evans like a father trying to keep your head up from head up speech motivation plus. What's next for Oba Femi if he loses to Saints? I hope he kind of I don't think he's going to lose to Saints. I think he's going to retain, and I think he's going to go into that program with Javon Evans. And people want to see Javon Evans defeat Oba. He's gotten the rub now from Randy, from The Undertaker, from Sami Zayn today. I think everybody's wish might come true in seeing Javon defeat Oba.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel Oba is not gonna lose. I just don't see it happening. I don't see Saints winning. If anything, I see Saints getting called up to called up to SmackDown, and he'll be riding on Cody's bus. I see that happening exactly as Oba said. So, yeah.
Also, thank you to Paul Morales, who says that Vic Joseph said TNA stars were more upset that they weren't invited to NXT Homecoming than they got mad when Trick challenged Oba. Okay, thank you, Paul, for that clarification. I didn't hear Vic say that. We got Frank here who says, Stephanie, she's winning Saturday, or I'm riding. I'll turn over one chair, LMFAO, but I'll do it. I'm very mad. If Stephanie loses, we're gonna have a reaction video from Frank throwing his like chair into the TV or something. He also says, like Jacob said, the young OG gonna appear on SmackDown US Open Challenge. I hope so. I really hope so, because I want to see that match with Javon and Sami Zayn. What a way! Can you imagine if he debuted like that on NXT? I mean, sorry, on the main roster.
Mm.
Javon just like challenging Sami Zayn. That could be fun, but we can dream. I don't know if they're actually going to do that. Thank you, Infamous Raider Loco. All righty. Let's see what we got here. We got Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes versus Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. This was a fun matchup. How'd you feel about it, Chin?
Love the match again. Love the old themes. Love just seeing these two in the ring going at it. I really realized how much I miss seeing Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams work together. I love the ending with Miz. I did not expect that at all. It just again it added to the star power of the show. I love seeing main roster stars popping on NXT because it adds to the element. You never know what's going to happen on NXT. You never know who you're going to see. I love that like unexpected feeling on my wrestling shows though. So I really enjoyed it. I love that Trick Mellow Gang got the win. I love that they got in a heelish way. Um, it's still a bit weird to me to see DIY's babyface because they're heels on the main roster, but here I know they're baby faces though. And to me, I didn't really watch, I didn't really watch NXT as heavy when they were like running things over there though. So it was good to see them kind of go back and see how the crowd reacts to them because the crowd really does love them. Like, because I remember my friends just talked to me about Johnny Gargano being like the guy in NXT, and I wasn't watching as heavy as I did back then though. But to see how they react to him, man, you could tell like they value them a lot though, a whole lot.
Oh yeah, he was that guy. No, I was a big fan of Johnny Gargano, like pre WWE as well as like in WWE. Actually, I just remembered earlier someone asked about what I thought was the worst segment. I now that I'm scrolling through the actual thing, I didn't care for Ethan Page versus Tyler Breeze for the NXT North American Championship. I didn't think the match was that good.
I
So I
forgot all
think I
about
might
that
have to
match.
vote. I think I might have to vote that one. I forgot about it too, and then I saw it right now on the rundown, and I'm like, oh shit, we haven't even talked about that. So I think this was my least favorite one because at no point did I get caught up in this match, and this was pretty much Ethan Page like fucking up Tyler Breeze.
It really wasn't. I still hate to this day that Fandango and Tyler Breeze they call him Brazongo. I really hate that they didn't call him Fabrice. That would have been
But
perfect.
Breeze, well, they might have been. Would they have been sued maybe for
I
like
mean
trademark things,
that
infringement?
that is true though. But I was like maybe spell it differently though. But I feel like that was such a natural just Fabrice. Oh my god, beautiful.
Oh
Beautiful.
man. Alrighty, guys. Well, overall it was a fun night. We talked about so much that went down on the show for NXT Homecoming. Overall, I really think that they needed a show like this where they could really just show what they have going on over on NXT. So man, shout out to them for that show. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us today to talk about NXT, whether it was the the watch along or the actual review show. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. But before we go, just a friendly reminder to everybody, if you haven't already, please make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, show some love over here. If you're already here, check out the videos that have been posted. I did a predictions video for WrestlePalooza. If you guys want to check that out, I got an interview coming later this week. And then I also have the All Out predictions coming later this week. And then also I will be here for All Out and WrestlePalooza. So there's going to be pretty much something happening on this channel each and every single day. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Chinedu, tell the people where they can find you.
Well, they can find me everywhere on social media, at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that at Chinedu Ogu. My upcoming shows this Sunday, I'm having a birthday show. I didn't think I was going to do anything that day, but I'm having a great show at the Secret Group. Limited seating for this show. I cannot wait to see you guys. It's my birthday show. My upcoming show is also in my next big Houston show will be in November 15th at Stages Houston. We're doing 2 shows. 7 and 9 p.m. This is my big theater show, guys. This is my largest show of the year. I want all you guys there. Sponsored by Bluebell, Whataburger, Pepsi, Houston Tents and Events, and Academy. Great sponsors. Love those guys. Also, this Thursday, September 18th, is Chinedu Day in Houston, Texas, guys. I have my own day in the city. Very honored to have that. Much love to the great mayor, the late great Mayor Sylvester Turner. I didn't really celebrate it that much last year, though, but this year, I was like, you know what, talk your ish, Chinedu. You got a Daniel City, man. Talk about it and promote it, though. So this Thursday, all my Houstonians, please enjoy Chinedu Ogu Day as I will. Other than that, do me a favor. Be sure to subscribe to Denise's YouTube channel. Like I said earlier, hit the like button on this video. Drop a comment as well. I want our engagement to be super high for the video, so do that. Also, do not forget to subscribe and to join Denise's Patreon page. It is where you can find a lot of great exclusive content that you will not find on the main page because they'll get demonetized here. So go on there right now, join the channel. If you really want to be a part of the DWO, you are part of the DWO though, but to truly help with a lot of things on there, the Patreon is the way. Show that love. Join today. Help Denise hit another milestone number once again this year. All right. Join that Patreon right now. Get amazing content that you will never, ever, ever see on the main page, and you'll enjoy it. Other than that, don't be a dick. Give it a click.
All righty, everyone. We got one more super chat. This is from Bob Ross Jr., who says, oh, Lord, TNA got Matt Cardona talking smack about NXT. Yeah, Team NXT can easily stop this invasion. I like Matt Cardona. I am so here for Matt Cardona joining this invasion. So let's see what we end up getting from all of that. Chinedu, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to shout out Grayson Waller for calling out TNA in there too, though, because he actually acknowledged it in the show. He saw that some TNA wrestlers weren't upset about being invited. He said the fact that TNA is only relevant because I just said your name. That was a great line by Grayson Waller that I felt went under the radar. Very good, Grayson. That's a very good. Because again, it's TNA, y'all. This isn't Adrenaline Rush TNA. This isn't James Storm. This isn't Beer Money. This isn't Magnus. This isn't AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian. This isn't Fortune. This isn't any of those guys. This is the Nemeth brothers. What?
Damn, Chinedu's not holding back today. Threw shots at Larry, the Nemeths. Who else did you throw shots at?
I like the Nemeths too, though. But I'm like, in terms of like,
I mean, because I talk shit on Chase U, and Dark State, and I'm the mean one. I have no beef with Larry.
Listen, I'm finna have Larry, Phil, April, and Nick at my door. So we saw the show, man. I was just playing, y'all. Please don't. I'm sorry, y'all. She's got a shake.
All righty, guys, that is it for us here today. Thank you so much for hanging out with Chin and I. We're here each and every single Tuesday. Tomorrow, I will be live with Righteous Reg for the AEW Watch Along, 3 hours, September to remember, plus review show, and then everything else taking place this week. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.